What's up, VSA? Tyler Holcomb here at Kratos Performance and Fitness. I want to give you a day 2 workout. First video that you may have seen, that would be like a Monday, Wednesday, or a Monday, Thursday workout. And then this video would be your Tuesday, Friday workout. Okay, this one, you don't have a band. If you don't have a band, we'll talk about that, but this is going to require a band or dumbbells or something. I'll talk to you here in a second about that. We're also going to do some ladder drills, and then we're going to do a little finisher move at the end. Okay, so first thing, before we do any workout, day 1, day 2, individual workout, do your warm-ups. Okay, you got to get your warm-ups in. You got to work on that flexibility and movement and make sure that those muscles are ready to work. All right. Once you get your warm-up done, then we're going to hit the ladders today. So that's where I'm going to start with you today. We're going to be doing ladder drills. I'm going to take you through our 3 favorites. And remember, the ladder drills are good for footwork and coordination. Okay, that's the number one thing that you're going to get from this, is learning how to move quickly and get your feet to do what they want them to do. All right, and then through that coordination, that's where you get your speed. Okay, so it's not about just going 1,000 miles an hour and totally messing up. It's about getting the footwork down, getting the fundamentals of it down, and then working on that going quicker. Okay, because that's your coordination level going from down here to up, and that translates into you getting a little bit faster, because then you can do drills that your coaches want you to do at a faster pace, because you're practicing working on things that you're not good at. Maybe it's a ladder drill, and getting better at that. And that's a good mind-body connection of getting yourself to do this. All right, so here's the 3 things. We're gonna start out with Icky Shuffle, which is our favorite. And then we're gonna do a crossover and a cross behind. So if you have a soccer ball, you can do a few of these with your soccer ball, all right? I'm not a soccer player, so I'm not gonna take you through how to do it necessarily with a soccer ball, but I think with these 3 drills, you'll see pretty easily how you can get a soccer ball involved, all right? But first one is Icky Shuffle. Now, if you don't have a ladder, I guess I gotta explain this too. If you don't have a ladder, hopefully you have some chalk. In my last video, I talked about we just need a line. For the ladder drill, if you have chalk at home, hopefully you can make a ladder, and you don't have to have a full ladder like I do. We can only go, you might only need 2, just 2 little boxes. Maybe you have tape or something that you can put down on the ground, something that's going to give you this look, right? Chalk or tape or something outside, and it doesn't have to be the full ladder, all right? Use what you got, keep it simple, and get the work done. Hopefully you can find something around that to create this ladder. So once you got that, hopefully we got it, Icky Shuffle, okay? So I'm gonna stand with my feet on the outside ladder, and it's 3 steps over, and then I'll come 3 steps back, same square, all right? It's 1, 2, 3, this outside foot's the only one touching, then I go back through, 1, 2, 3. And then I move to the next ladder. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now if I'm coming forward so you can see this, it's 1, 2, 3. And then I go back to the same one. 1, 2, 3. Next ladder. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now if I only had just those 2 boxes, I would do this for a time thing. I would do it for about 30 seconds. Or 20 seconds, somewhere in there, all right? Doesn't have to be exact. This, again, is just it's like an advanced warm-up. This is a good way to get that coordination, like I talked, to another level. So you're working on that mind-body. Can I get my feet to move as fast as I want them in the right steps, in the right place, okay? I would do that back and forth, just like this. In the first 2, that's all I had. And then come backwards, and then go forward, and then back again, and then done, all right? Also with the Icky Shuffle, I like to have kids work on, if you're trying to work on a little bit more balance, this is just good practice for everybody though. If we're trying to work on a good balance, getting outside the ladder and trying to hold this outside pose for about a 2 or 3 second count. I'll show you what I mean. If I'm here, I go 1, 2, 3, kind of a big jump out, hold it. 2, 3, back, big jump, hold it, okay? Just to work on a little bit extra knee stability, hip stability, and just slow this down. Again, make sure that you have the footwork down, and while you're doing these icky shuffles, every time my left comes up, right comes up, switch. All right, as I go through. And I want to maintain this athletic stance where I have my hips bent, knees bent. I don't like it when I see people in here in Kratos doing this straight up. So that's icky shuffle. Second, crossover step. Again, I'm going to start with my feet on the outside. Outside foot crosses over top. I go one in, then I go two back out. Same square, one in, two out. Next square, one in, two out. One in, two out. And I can go backwards, one in, two out, and then backwards to the next square. Okay? Straight ahead, so you can see this, hopefully you can see the footwork well enough. It's cross over, one step in the ladder, two outside, one step in the ladder, two outside. All right, I like to teach people to go down or through or over and across or through and back, however you want to look at it, in the same square before moving to the next. So over, two out, over, two out, next square. Now the last one, the third one, is a cross behind. It's the same movement. I'm just going to take that foot from going over in front to behind it. Okay? Outside foot goes behind, here, behind, here. Next ladder. Behind, here, behind, two out. And then I'll go to my next ladder. So if I'm here again, go one foot in, two out, one foot in. I want to think about positioning for my next step though, because I'm moving up. So I go up to the next, and then go one in. One in. Position up. So straight ahead view. Here, this is cross behind, remember. So back outside foot goes behind, not over top. Okay, behind, two out, behind, two out. Now the last thing I like to do with my athletes when I'm in here is I like to give them a little bit of a challenge. So if you have 3 squares, this is where you can add this little challenge into it. You're gonna do in the first square, icky shuffle, and the second square, cross over, and the last square, cross behind, okay? And then go back and forth through those. If you have a full ladder set at home, or you can make a full ladder, do each one of these 3 or 4 times through, down and back. 3 or 4 times through, down and back. If you feel comfortable with the footwork, on the way back through the ladder, if I got all the way over here, my icky shuffle, and I want to go backwards, going backwards is a good way to work on that, just that backward motion and coordination as well. But you have to have the footwork down first. Okay, I like to have that down first. So if you feel comfortable with it, go backwards through it, and use these as a kind of a build up after your warm up of working quicker. So that first set, just go slow. I tell all my athletes in here, first set, walk it through if you have to. Second set, go a little quicker. Third set, go a little bit quicker. Fourth and final, as fast as you can. It's a great way to just amp it up on each one individually as you go through. Now, so for that advanced one, I would go icky shuffle through here. Oh, that's crossover. Icky shuffle, 2 in, 1 out, 2 in, 1 out. The next one I go crossover, crossover, cross behind the next, cross behind the next, and then I would repeat. If I only had those these 3 squares, I would just come backwards going through the same thing. So cross behind, crossover, icky shuffle, okay? That's a good little challenge. It's fun. It messes with your head because you're trying to figure out which one I should do next. So after you got the warm up, you get your ladder drills in. The next part is just a little bit of a workout. We're gonna bring these bands in. So if you have a band like this at home with handles, or even a band like this, all right, I want you to try to get in some sort of upper body workout where you're taxing your upper body muscles a little bit, so that we have something that we're doing with our upper body too, and we're not just totally beaten down, running, jumping, sprinting, ladder drills, line drills. We got to have some way to variation of working out, and you want your whole body to get a good workout throughout this whole thing, right? So here's 4 things. It's pretty simple. I want you to do 4 rounds of each, and you're going 10 reps of everything, okay? 4 exercises, 4 rounds, 10 reps. We're gonna start out with the most basic one, curls, all right? You're gonna step on the band, and we're gonna curl them up, all right? You keep your elbows in tight and come all the way up, all the way down. Now, the thing that I don't like seeing is people going like this when they curl. The elbows go back and not staying in and all the way up. And the second thing is when I have athletes in here that do a little workout like this, they go, this is too easy, because they do reps like this. And they're all done. When you have light weight and not a whole lot of, like we're only doing 4 things, right? And you don't have a lot to do, slow the rep down, hold at the top, hold all these at a good squeeze. And I'm telling you, at the 10th, by that last round on the 4th one, things should be feeling it, which is good, because now we're starting to get those muscles that want to start building stronger. All right, so I would go up to the top, squeeze 1, 2, and then go down nice and slow, under control, full extension, and then up, and then back down. So that's number 1, bicep curl, okay? Number 2, I'm gonna take this same band, I'm gonna go to a little split stance. I'm gonna pin that band underneath my front foot, and then instead of grabbing the handles, I'm just gonna grab right at the base of those handles, and then I'm gonna row up. So I'm gonna try and keep my back nice and straight, and then I'm gonna pull up and pinch. Again, I'm holding, it's not a lot of weight right now. So I'm gonna hold that. Good hold, pinch, down, slow, under control, and then pull up again. Now, if I had a band that was too light, even doing that, I can move to 1-arm rows. Same thing. Now, I'm using my opposite leg to hold. This is my left, right foot, and then I go down nice and slow, pull. And then I would switch feet and go 10 there. The next one is a push-up. Some of you might not need bands to make these push-ups harder, okay? If you don't need a band, just go with your push-up. But here's a way, if you don't have a band at all, to do these push-ups with, or to make these push-ups harder without a band, okay? A push-up just in itself can be where you're at. If you don't have a band, this is what I'm talking about. Hold each section, top, bottom, or top, middle, and bottom for 3 seconds each. Okay, so my top is 1, 2, 3, middle 1, 2, 3, bottom 1, 2, 3, up. That'd be my 1 rep. Now do it again. Okay, top 1, 2, 3, middle 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, top. Top. Again, 10 reps. Now, if you have a band and you want to go a little bit closer, or make it a little bit tougher, or wrap that band around your back, hold it down like this. I like to make sure that that band goes back behind my elbows, because my elbows kind of hold that band in place. And then I would do my normal 10 rep push-up. Okay. I don't have to use a band to do that. I can use those push-ups the other way. Another good variation for push-ups to try and get our triceps a little bit more is keeping those hands right underneath your shoulders and your elbows tucked into your side. So if you can see, this is how a normal push-up looks, kind of from the side view. This is what it would be. Look at the elbow placement. Look at how low it is to my hip, where it is when I'm doing a normal push-up. That's that tucked position I'm talking about. All right, from here, you can see my hands are right on my shoulders. They go out away from my shoulders, my elbows come up. All right, this helps engage those triceps a little bit more. You can do this one instead of those wide grip, or the normal push-ups, or bands, or the holds in close for 10 reps. Again, if you need to slow the pace down and make those tougher, do it. All right, make those muscles work. The last thing is a core exercise. Excuse me. The last one is a core exercise. This one's my favorite one. It's opposite arm, opposite leg toe touches. And all it's gonna be is laying flat on the ground like this. Try and get it so you can see all of me in here. I'm gonna take my right arm, left leg, I lift up, I try to get my shoulders off the ground, get to a crunch, back down. And then I'm gonna go 10 on this side. And then I would switch and go 10 on that side. All right? I'm trying to, if I were to do this workout, I would try to be doing this with no more than 10 to 15 seconds in between each one of those exercises. And then taking a good minute off in between. After I've got all 4 done, take a minute off. So a minute off between rounds, 10 to 15 seconds off in between sets. Slow your reps down, have a lot of control, good squeezes at the top, at the push-ups, at the top, good squeeze in your chest, rows, good squeeze in your back, okay? Good squeeze in your abs when you're going for your toe touches, okay? Those are ways, they're simple, I know that, but you have to be the one to make sure you're feeling those squeezes to make that a better workout than just kind of going through the motions. All right, once you get done with that one, the finisher move is going to be, in the last video I talked about walking out 50 steps to make a distance. Now for today's thing, what we're gonna do for the workout portion of this is we're gonna add in sprints and a little bit of legs to this as well. I want you to have a soccer ball for this though too. If you don't worry about it. But the first part where your start line is gonna be, that's gonna be our part where we do our 15 jump squats, all right? And I'll show you that here in a second. And then at the other end, then it's 30 mountain climbers. So in between those, that your 2 distances, you're gonna be your sprints. And we're gonna be using a soccer ball going in between those 2 distances, all right? Dribbling the soccer ball down and on the way back. When you're doing your drop squats, that's the first part. All you have to do, or jump squats. In the last video, I talked about 180s or drop squats too. A jump squat, what I want you to do is be working on your jumping technique here, okay? It's not just about jumping around and flopping around. I want you to hold everything in tight, and I want our arms to be a part of this exercise too. So when I go down, I'm gonna reach up to start my first set of jump squats. I would do 15 of these. I'm gonna go down with my arms and then jump, explode, okay? And I'm trying to get as high as I can go. If you think about doing a knee tuck, some people do jump tucks or knee tucks at the top. You can do that to amp it up if you need to. If you need to bring it down, just do squats. But a jump tuck, you really have to get up there to bring those both feet up. But again, jump technique here. Up, down, up, and back to that position. For 15 of them, I need really good jumps, right? Not just speed jumps. These are not just how fast can I get my 15 done. I want really good form. I want perfect squat positions down and exploding on the way up. Then you would go sprint with your soccer ball all the way down. You drop down, we have 30 mountain climbers. That's 15 with each knee. All right, I'm gonna drop down 15. And then I'd sprint back. Once I get done, I give myself about a 30-second break. I'm gonna do it again. This time, I'm gonna go down and back 2 times. Then I give myself a 30-second break. Then I'm gonna go down and back 3 times. Each time you get to a line, it's down here at the start, it's your jump squats, down there, it's your mountain climbers. So let's just walk this through real quick. It would be jump squats, sprint, mountain climber, sprint back. That's 1. 30 seconds. Do it again. Down, you get to the mountain climbers, you come back, jump squats again, go down, mountain climbers again, come back. That's 2. And you'll work up till you get 3 of them all the way, all right? 30 seconds rest each time you get down with 1, done with 2, and done with 3. If you want to take it to another level, make this one really tough, bring that ladder back down. So you get up to 3 down and backs on your sprints with all those squats, those jump squats and your mountain climbers. Then you would come back down 2 of them, 30-second rest, and then 1, and then you're done for the day, all right? That's day number 2. Have fun.